Sandra Bullock, a name that lights up Hollywood, a smile that has carried laughter into millions of homes, a presence so magnetic that even the biggest stars stop and take notice. But behind the glitz, the glamour, and the red carpet lies a story most of the world doesn't see. At 61, Sandra Bullock's life has been shaped by heartbreak, struggle, and moments that would have crushed anyone else. Yet she remains unbroken, graceful, and profoundly human. Think about it. She's one of the most beloved actresses of our time, known for her charm, her talent, and her ability to make audiences feel something real on screen. But life off camera hasn't always been kind. Behind the smiles, there were moments of intense pain, loss, betrayal, personal trials that could have ended her spirit. Yet Sandra, in true form, has weathered the storms with resilience and strength that few can comprehend. Picture this: a quiet evening in Los Angeles. Sandra walks alone down a street that's usually bustling, her hat low over her eyes, a thoughtful look in her expression. Not a single flashbulb in sight. No entourage, no cameras, just her. The world sees the awards, the fame, the success. But what they don't see is the quiet courage it takes to face every day with kindness, humor, and love intact, after all she's endured. Sandra Bullock isn't just a celebrity. She's a symbol of perseverance. Every choice, every role, every public appearance carries the weight of a woman who knows the fragility of life, the fleeting nature of joy, and the depth of loss. She's endured personal heartbreaks, witnessed betrayal, and faced struggles that could have broken her. Yet here she stands, stronger, wiser, and more inspiring than ever. And that's what makes her story so compelling. It's not the Oscars, the box office hits, or the accolades. It's the woman behind them. The woman who has learned to turn tragedy into triumph, pain into empathy, and hardship into quiet, unassuming strength. If you want to truly understand Sandra Bullock, you have to look past the red carpets and the headlines. You have to see the heart of a woman who continues to give, to love, and to inspire despite the trials of her life. And today, at 61, that story is more important than ever. Welcome to the channel. If you want real stories that inspire, that touch your soul, and that reveal the human side of the stars we think we know, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we dive into the extraordinary life and heartbreaking journey of Sandra Bullock. Before she became Hollywood royalty, Sandra Bullock was just a young woman chasing a dream in a world that often seemed designed to break her. Born to a talented opera singer mother and a voice coach father, her childhood was filled with music and movement, but also instability. Her parents divorced, and Sandra witnessed the fragility of relationships early on. She learned quickly that life doesn't always follow the script you hope for. As she entered Hollywood, Sandra faced the harsh realities of fame. Rejections, broken promises, and the constant scrutiny of a world that measures worth by beauty and box office numbers could have crushed her spirit. But she persevered. Each setback became fuel for her resilience. Each disappointment strengthened her determination to rise above, to shine without losing herself. And then came heartbreak that no one could prepare her for. Love, loss, and betrayal touched her life deeply. She experienced relationships that ended in pain, moments where trust was broken, and times when she was left to rebuild herself alone. The world saw her charm, her laughter, her effortless grace. But behind it, Sandra carried the weight of private sorrow with remarkable courage. Yet, she never let the tragedies define her. Instead, she transformed them into strength, into empathy, into an authenticity that resonates with millions. When she steps onto the screen, that quiet, profound resilience shines through. Audiences feel it. It's what makes her performances unforgettable. Because Sandra doesn't just act, she lives every emotion with truth born from experience. Now, at 61, she stands as a testament to endurance, compassion, and the power of surviving life's darkest storms with dignity. Every role she chooses, every cause she supports, every act of generosity reflects a woman who understands the fragility of life and the importance of using her platform to give, to uplift, and to inspire. And if you stay with this story, you'll see why Sandra Bullock isn't just a Hollywood icon. She's a living example of how heartbreak can be transformed into courage, and how personal tragedy can fuel a legacy that inspires the world. At 61, Sandra Bullock is more than an actress. She's a beacon of resilience and humanity. She's faced heartbreak, endured loss, and confronted the harsh realities of life in the public eye. Yet she has never let bitterness take hold. Instead, she channels her experiences into empathy, generosity, and a quiet strength that leaves everyone around her inspired. Think about it. While Hollywood can be ruthless, Sandra chooses kindness. She's known for helping strangers, supporting colleagues, and quietly giving back to those in need, all without seeking attention or praise. From charitable donations to personal gestures of care, her life off-screen reflects the same courage and compassion that have defined her career. And it's not just what she gives to others, it's what she teaches us about life. She shows that heartbreak doesn't have to destroy you, that loss can be a teacher, and that strength often comes from enduring pain with grace. She's proof that you can navigate the darkest moments and still emerge with dignity, generosity, and purpose. On the screen, Sandra Bullock captivates audiences with her performances, but behind the camera, she captivates the world with her humanity. Every laugh she shares, every heartfelt moment, every act of kindness carries the wisdom of someone who has lived fully and deeply. Sandra's journey reminds us that life isn't about avoiding tragedy, it's about how you respond to it. And today, she continues to inspire millions by living with authenticity, compassion, and courage, proving that even in the face of heartbreak, you can leave a lasting, positive impact on the world. Thank you for watching. If Sandra's story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of the power of resilience and kindness, honor her journey by hitting that subscribe button and staying connected. Because stories like hers deserve to be remembered, celebrated, and shared. Looking back on Sandra Bullock's life, it's clear that her journey has never been easy, yet it has always been remarkable. At 61, she isn't just surviving the challenges of life. She's thriving, turning every trial into an opportunity to show strength, compassion, and grace. Every setback, every heartbreak, every moment of personal struggle has shaped her into the woman the world admires today. A woman who embodies resilience in its purest form. Sandra's story teaches us that true success isn't measured by awards, fame, or wealth, but by the courage to remain kind in the face of adversity, the humility to help others quietly, and the strength to continue moving forward even when life feels unbearable. She shows us that heartbreak can be transformed into purpose, and that personal tragedy can fuel a legacy that inspires generations. When you see her smile, hear her laugh, or watch her on screen, you're witnessing someone who has lived fully, loved deeply, and given selflessly. Her life reminds us that even in our darkest moments, we can choose light, generosity, and love. So, if this story has touched you, if it has inspired you to live with courage, empathy, and kindness, honor Sandra Bullock's journey by subscribing to the channel. Keep these stories alive, share them, and let her example guide you through your own challenges. Because Sandra Bullock proves that even when life is heartbreaking, resilience and humanity shine the brightest. And now, as we look at Sandra Bullock today, we see a woman who has transformed heartbreak into inspiration, trials into triumph, and private struggles into a quiet, unshakable strength that touches millions. At 61, she is not defined by loss, betrayal, or the challenges life threw at her. She is defined by how she responded, with courage, grace, and unwavering compassion. Every smile, every act of kindness, every choice she makes reflects a life lived with authenticity and purpose. Sandra teaches us that real strength is not about avoiding pain. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and letting it shape you into someone who can lift others, even when you've been down yourself. She proves that even the deepest heartbreak cannot steal the beauty of a generous spirit, the impact of empathy, or the light of a resilient soul. Sandra Bullock's life reminds us that legacy is not just about fame or fortune. It's about the lives you touch, the hope you give, and the inspiration you leave behind. Her journey is a beacon for anyone who has faced hardship, a reminder that we can rise, we can endure, and we can thrive no matter what life places in our path. So, if Sandra's story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of the power of courage and kindness, honor her journey by hitting that subscribe button, sharing this story, and carrying her example into your own life. Because the world needs more stories like hers. Stories of heartbreak transformed into hope, pain transformed into purpose, and life lived with grace beyond measure. Thank you for watching, and never forget that even in the darkest times, resilience, humanity, and kindness shine the brightest.